What I really want to do is sit down in the shower and just let the water pour over me. But then, the first bit of flesh washed off me and got stuck in the greater drain of my standing shower. And I knew there was no way I was going to comfortably sit in the shower while I watched bits of hair wash off me and get caught in the drain. Bits of hair flash in my hair, a piece of her scalp with a touch there, follicle or some firearm, a small chip of bone poking out of my thigh. I've had to check myself from ticks after coming back from some isolated urbex before. It felt alien to be using that same logic to remove pieces of Sam from myself. Once I finally collected all of the bits I could find or that had washed off me, I put them in a plastic bag with rinsed clothes and sit down in the shower. I used this opportunity to grieve for a while. The blood had been washed away. There is nothing as urgent now as making sure I didn't dissociate from oblivion into oblivion. I still have a few things I need to do tonight, but none of that need to happen this exact minute. I cry, having sobs racking my body as I sit on the shower floor, arms wrapped around my legs, knees tucked on one machine. I make myself small and just sob until I can't make myself tear anymore. And even then, I whimper, my throat hoarse from all the sound I had been used to make. I feel awful, absolutely awful. I could already tell that all that will get stabbed into my life from some absence would be ruinous. It may take me longest time to get over my friend having exploded in front of me, but for now, I have no more tears left in my body. Clean and in a fresh pair of clothes, I head into my backyard. On a whim, I decided to take a steel drum from one of my urbex trips. Since then, I've used it for little bonfire parties. I filled it with some firewood stacked along the sides, with a few pieces in the center. I put the plastic bag full of the blood-soaked clothes and bits of gore into it, and then stacked a bit more of firewood on top. I garnished it with some lighter fluid and set it ablaze. I had my time to clean my shower, but I do need to get this stuff done. I sat down and watched it burn away. It takes a while for a full barrel to burn down to ash, and at some point in the process, I went inside and grabbed a bottle of wine. I stared off at nothingness, my mind filled with a million different thoughts. Thoughts about Sam, about our times together. Occasionally my brain would replay the events of the day and I would feel on the capsules vomiting again. But it felt like I needed to stay out there and watch. I hate to talk about some like this, but I needed to destroy the evidence. By the time I was done with it, I was barely able to make it to my bed before I passed out. Obviously, I got out sick to work when I wake up. Instead, I got up, tried really hard to eat some sort of breakfast, and went back to my car. I was still there. It was still there, forgotten the seat, right where she left it. The action camera. I opened the car door and went back to pick the camera. But then I hesitated. Did I want to know? Maybe it's better not to know. Maybe if I never find out what happened there, I could forget about it. Play it off as some kind of hallucination. There's no chance that a friend could just explode. Must have been some kind of nightmare. But how would I explain my times with Sam? Would I really have to convince myself that she really didn't exist? That we hadn't spent all that time together? Would I have to try and pretend that I was the first version Saki stuff that coming out? Or the hookups we had? What the fuck is wrong with me? You can't just teach someone how to come like a wow and watch them fucking explode and then try to forget to exit. Fuck that. I don't know. I love that to her. And maybe I can find out how to make sure this shit time happen to anyone again. I grabbed the camera and noticed something. As beyond the door panel, some of Sam's blood. I jogged back inside to grab something I could clean the stain with. I was there still to think about this at all. I can try to play this off if there are going to be a collection of small little reminders I may stumble across at any time. Once that was finished, I went inside again and plugged the action camera in my computer. I started looking through the files and played the one from a week ago. I was ready to start watching things from the main expedition. Welcome back everyone. Today we're going to I paused the video and started skipping forward. I was going to make a video of the trip, but I didn't really want to hire myself to the camera about the expedition I planned for today. I see a little snippets of Sam working with me, an urban exploration virgin. I decided to watch from there. I want to take time to remember something that hadn't gone terribly, and yet the conversation just flew over me. Instead, I just spent my time staring at Sam. She looked beautifully that day. She had her hair up in a cute ponytail. She was a bit skittish at the time, nervous, but also excited. I get to appreciate it over again watching this video, but I know what's coming as well. I felt my heart pounding my chest. In the video, I lead Sam into an abandoned factory building. I forget what it used to be. It's very empty inside. I'm sure at one point it had furniture and machinery. But now all I can see in the video is a metal staircase up one side of the building, leading into some catwalks above. I take hold of Sam's hand, surprised to see that up appear in the video. I take hold of Sam's hand, surprised to see that appear in the video. I led her up in the stairs. The stairs creak and shudder as we go up. At the top, I have seen me look over the railing of the catwalk. And then I press into her, turning her ass against me, wrapping my arms against her. She starts to moan as I start to grab her tits and make absolutely wonderful sound as I start to kiss her neck. I like the night by doing this on a thin metal guardrail protecting us from the drop. Some brutally whispers to me and the camera captures it. What the fuck is that supposed to be? I paused the video. I'm. I don't even know what I am anymore. Shaking. I wipe my face and notice the scream of tears as the wet fluff of my cheek and muzzle. I was so absorbed, or maybe so dissociated, that I didn't even realize the reaction I was having. It hurts. It hurts so much it feels like I've been turning off. I loved her. Sam, she was a wonderful friend. I cherished I cherished her so dearly. We never called ourselves something official. Friends with benefits, I suppose. Maybe I was scared of committing to the relationship in my own ways. But I did love her. I lay down in bed and cried into my pillow. At some point I wake up. I hadn't really planned on sleeping, but I guess I just cried so long that I passed out when I tired myself out. Still groggily, I go and turn my computer back on. This, this looks like a fucking puffer fish. I don't even know what it's supposed to be or a fish or short to censor it. Whatever. I'm really not sure. I can't watch these other videos. I plan on where we start the main expedition. I skip ahead immediately. I can't see more of me and Sam being cute right now. Nor do I want to watch a video into speech. But then I skip too far and we're already in the mines. I go back a bit. I want to check something. I jump back to when we were walking the mine entrance. I know for a fact that the thing was covered in vents and shit back then. But I look at the entrance closely in the post video. There's a few shrubs and bushes out, but definitely no sign of vines or brambles. What was going on with that place? It can't be a coincidence that the entrance was covered in all that stuff and there was that. And then I just sighed. I start to message my mother and space between my and info station. What is wrong with me? Why did I say Sam exploded in front of me? And there was that whiting plant parasite that came out of her. And I didn't do anything to it. Jesus. That thing is probably the reason she exploded in the first place. And if those vines spread little overnight, then who the fuck know what that plant's going to grow into by the time I go back there?